on it was written the words, "I can't," you know? And we released it, and his behavior immediately changed. You know, really interesting. So let's take a look here. Let's have you come and stand over on this side so that we can... There we go. Yeah, that's great, like that. Okay, so just resist now. Hold it. Okay. So we can release an emotion from his heart wall now. So let's ask, is this emotion in... See, right now, we're just back to the same flow chart as before, right? The only thing that's different is that we ask, do you have a heart wall, and can we release an emotion from it? And now we're back to the regular trapped emotion flow chart. It's real simple. So we know that we can release one. Let's ask what it is. His subconscious mind knows what it is. Is it listed in column A on our chart? Yes. Is it in column B on the chart? No. So we know it's in column A. So is it in one of the odd rows? Yes. Is it in row 1? Yes. Is it in row 3? No. So it's in row 1, column, was it column A, right? Column A. Column A, row 1, heart. Now, a lot of emotions that create heart walls actually will emanate from the heart, but not always. Initially, the first couple of heart walls we saw were entirely made of emotions that had generated from the heart. So you can look at the list there in column A and B, row 1. Those are all the heart emotions. And so initially I thought, oh, heart walls are made of emotions that emanate from the heart, but they can actually be made from any emotion, really, okay? Any emotion, any negative emotion. So let's take a look. Now in his case it happens to be column A, row 1. What are the emotions there? Abandonment. Is this emotion abandonment? Nope. Next one. Is this emotion betrayal? Is this emotion betrayal? Yes. Now, betrayal, that's a pretty intense emotion. Does that ring any kind of bell in your life? It does. Okay. Is there a specific event you're thinking of? Okay. All right. In case you need a Kleenex, we go through lots of Kleenexes at these seminars, okay? Because emotions come up, and it's okay. All right? So there's a specific event that he's thinking of. Let's ask his body, is that what this trapped emotion was created by? And his body says yes. Okay. Okay. All right, hang in there. We're going to release this right now. How long ago was this?
6 years ago.
6 years ago. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and release it. Okay. Just breathe. Nope, 3. Nope. It's just a regular trapped emotion. It just happens to be in this area. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. 3 rolls. All right. Okay, turn around and let's take a look. Okay. And let's ask now, did we clear or did we release that trapped emotion? And his body says yes. Now we come back to the top of the flow chart, right? The top of the chart says we can ask again, once we've cleared one, we can ask, is the heart wall, do you still have a heart wall? Do you have a heart wall? And his body says yes. Can we clear an emotion from your heart wall now? His body says yes. Let's do another one, shall we? Is this emotion in column A on the chart? Is it in column B on the chart? It's definitely column A. Is it in one of the odd rows? Is it in row 1? Is it in row 3? It's definitely another one in row 1. So we have abandonment. Let's take a look. See how this works? It's just a real simple process. Okay. Is this emotion abandonment? That's the first one, right? Is this emotion abandonment? Actually, it is. Now, we cleared another emotion of abandonment earlier on you, did we not? I think we did. Okay, but you see, you can have an emotion that can occur more than once. Sometimes what will happen is you'll get a trapped emotion of whatever it is, and it'll lodge somewhere in the body, and then you'll go through another episode that might create a similar feeling, and you might develop another trapped emotion, and it may actually just kind of merge into the trapped emotion that's already there, just making it a little more potent and a little bigger. Boop. Or the new trapped emotion may lodge somewhere entirely different, see? Now, in his case, he had another trapped emotion of abandonment, okay? But now we have one that's actually right here, okay? So let's take a look. This abandonment, how old are you right now?
I'm 53.
53. Okay, let's find out when this occurred. We'll just ask his body, okay? Did this occur in the first 10 years of your life? Did it occur in the first 5 years of your life? No. So between age 5 and age 10. Now, let's see what it is. Did it occur around age 6? Did it occur earlier than age 6? Did it occur at around age 6? Yeah. So somewhere around age 6. Now, what you need to understand about these emotions, too, is that when you go back in time like this, it's usually accurate within a year, plus or minus. So his body says age 6. It could have been he might have actually been 5 years old, or he might have been 7 years old, sometime around in there. Probably we're pretty close to age 6. Now, does that ring a bell for you? Okay. And what was that about?
Somebody tried to drown me.
Wow. Somebody that you knew?
No, it was just a kid.
Okay. All right. So let's ask if that's what this emotion is about. Is that what this trapped emotion is about? Absolutely. His body says yes, definitely. Can you see why that would create part of this wall? See? You know. Okay, let's release this one. You've had it long enough. You ready? Stand right there. Okay. Just breathe. Breathe. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's face this way. Okay, so class, what do we ask? Did we release that, right? Did we release that trapped emotion? Okay, good, we did. Do you still have a heart wall? Yes. Can we clear another emotion from your heart wall right now? And his body says no, because he's got to process those. Those are pretty intense, right? Pretty intense emotions, so you need to go process those. And now, one of the questions that came up a while ago was, what's the best way to do this? How do you find the emotions? Well, how you find them is just like this. You just ask the body, and you let the subconscious mind serve them up to you. It is one of the easiest ways to do it. Now, if you have specific events that have happened in your past, if you know that there was something traumatic that happened, you can also go that route, and you can ask, well, do I have a trapped emotion about what happened back then? And then the body will tell you yes or no, and then at that point you can also bring them up, and it'll come up and you can release it that way. Does that make sense? So you can go either way. When I was in practice, I usually just did it this way. I would just ask the body, is there something that we need to release? And they do come up, see? They just come up. All right, give me a hug. Now again, you may have some emotional ups and downs, you know. Sometimes people cry for a day or so, and that's okay as long as you let them know in advance, you know, that they may be emotionally up and down. All right? When you have a heart wall, can that heart wall be kind of selective? I haven't really seen that, except to the extent that we did see an older woman once whose husband was kind of abusive and sort of mean, and her heart wall was made out of curtain material, and it was many layers thick, and there was kind of like a slit in the curtain, so that she could sort of symbolically reach out to the people and touch the people that she wanted to touch, but he couldn't really get in, you know. So it's kind of interesting. This whole idea of the symbolism, you know, that we see in the actual heart walls and what heart walls are made of, it's really interesting. We had a young man once who was having a difficult time with relationships, and we found that his heart wall was made out of one-way mirror material. So in other words, he could see out, but nobody could really see into his heart what was going on. Isn't that interesting? And there's lots of symbolisms that you see, and sometimes they tend to match people's personalities and what they like and so on. Worked on a gay man from San Francisco once. We were not able to remove his heart wall. His body would not allow it to be treated. His heart wall was made out of diamond, you know, the hardest substance known to man, unless it's alien spaceship material, right? And I thought it was interesting that his heart, you know, we weren't allowed, we couldn't go there, couldn't work on it. We've seen heart walls made out of leather, out of earth. We've seen them made out of vegetation, sheets, pillowcases. We had a little girl one time, and she actually was autistic. And we found that she had a heart wall, and her heart wall was made out of the yellow plastic that some of her toys were made out of, you know. And a lot of the time, the material that the subconscious mind will choose for the heart wall is something that it likes or that it's kind of familiar with, something that you're, something that you like a lot of the time. Not always, but the book, The Emotion Code, goes into more detail about all of this. And again, when you're working on someone and trying to help somebody, if they have a heart wall, it's an optional thing to find out what it's made out of. I mean, in reality, it's just made out of energy. Same as everything else in the whole universe is made of energy. It is kind of interesting, though, to see how that, to see what the heart wall is made out of. Would you like to see how that works?